We shouldn't fight for ourselves, whether husband or wife, even mothers. If you see danger now, you will tell the children, tell daddy lie, so that this thing, he will give us more money when we were treating it at the cathedral. And I saw that one woman will say, now they are watching me work eziokwu, you watch eziokwu, how they will put that money. We are waiting to see if you go to marry us, or what put the money. So now for one money gwara nke bụ eziokwu inwe ike nweta nke o nyere gị ọ na-aga aga, because I know a family aka lụbatara the lady ọhụrụ, just one envelope somebody nyere ha ka ọ tụrụ asị n'ihe dị n'ime ya. The other brother gave her a big amount of money, o wee kpaa that one, not knowing that the husband knew at least ọ hụrụ the volume of that envelope. So mgbe ọ jụbara ya sị o megide ọ bụrụ ya bụ na the woman jirikwara, she utilized that money, but na ọ gwara di ya eziokwu. The husband had to go deeper to discover that money. And do you know that after 5 years of this marriage, the husband has not, he has forgiven, but the trust was lost, and he has not been able to regain that trust. So I don't know how God will help us not to lie, but whether Abraham and Sarah, so that God will now fight for us. For those that are just coming, we want to welcome you to the women's celebration, and the Sunday school is based on the Women's Work Week program, and we have some mission requirement for God's help as our topic. And we have been able to read the book of Genesis, chapter 12, verse 10 to 20, where we told the story of Abraham leaving his country when things were tough. And when they got to Egypt, to a certain point of their journey, they now discovered a danger. And somebody said, Abraham selfishly, for his selfish interest, said, Sarah, you go be sister now, no, me I go be brother, you no be my wife again. Denied the wife. And the wife submitted and said, no problem. If you will live for me, no problem. Amen. Oh. We have answered question 1 and 2. We are going to the third question. Does submission of a wife depend on the obedience of her husband? Bonani mgbe di gị na-erube isi ka ị ga-edo onwe gị n'okpuru ya. Ihe a bụ ajụjụ ajụ anyị now. Anyị ga-aza ajụjụ ndị a from Ephesians 5:22. We have read that, but then somebody can read that again. Ephesians 5:22. Mommy steward. Ephesians 5:22. Mommy Omi. Ezekiel 18:20. Ezekiel 18:20. Mommy Brother Friday Eze. John 21 to 22. Have you gotten it right? Please begin to read now. Remember, the question is, does submission of a wife depend on obedience of her husband? What is God's ordained position of a husband? Okay, that is the next question, but then let's take, does it depend on what the man does? Is somebody ready to read? All right. Ephesians 5:22, that one where you carry for head, read that one. Forget to get in a Bible. Anybody can read Ephesians 5:22. Every wife read it on the altar that day. Every wife in the wedding for that day. So it is our prayer. Not minding that the situations of life will always make us to do otherwise, but that one is supposed to be our memory verse. Amen. So we are at page 28 of the Women's Work Week program. And remember, our topic is submission, requirements for God's help. I will fight for you only if you submit. The next verse. Sister, yes?